So I have a box and it's 1 cubic foot. And in the middle of the box are these locators in the middle of the edges there. And if you look down from above, you can see that these rays, pretend that there's a camera there. These rays go through the edge of the picture of the box, there and there, and then they go through the center of the actual edges of the box. And if I move the box forward or backward, you can see that I've got it set up so that the rays are always going to go through the middle of those locators. And you can see that the relationship that it has, how it intersects the picture itself. Now it's not lining up well at all. Now it is lined up pretty well. And then this picture here can be moved backwards and forwards until it lines up pretty well. And when it does, like about there, then we can scale it about the camera. And if we do that, you can see that it doesn't change the relationship of where the rays hit the edges of the picture of the box. So I can make that quite small, which is simulating the small sensor on the camera, 36 millimeters across, camera located there. Focal length would be the distance from this point here to the plane there. And we can now look at this entire setup from above. See, there's the plane there. And here's the box. And we can set up a diagram. So looking at everything from a top view, we have a 1 foot cube, which is 304.8 millimeters. I'm working in millimeters because the focal length is going to end up in millimeters. So we have a 304.8 by 304.8. That's known. And we know the percentage of the back face to the front just by measuring it. So therefore we know that this is going to end up being 190.2 and these 57.3 here and 57.3 here. So this makes an important triangle, 57.3, 304.8. That triangle right there is repeated here. And when it's repeated here, we have this measurement from figuring out what that is and what the result of the total is, and we can subtract and get that. So if you know that, and you know that it's similar to this triangle, then you can get this distance, which is the distance from the camera to the front face of the cube. And then, if you know that, then you have this little tiny triangle, which is this also similar, which is the 36 millimeter frame from here to here all the way across the frame. And you know the percentages of the front face and the back face by measuring them. And so you have this little triangle, and this ends up being 10 millimeters from here to here, the top of this little triangle. And then the distance from here to here is the focal length that you're looking for. And if you do that calculation, you end up getting similar triangles, 96.9 with this long distance that we calculated of 521.5. So 96.9 is to 521.5 as 10 is to f. F is 53.82 millimeter lens.